Thank you. Great appreciate.
All right. Let's move on now with tension mounting in Ukraine. The Zimbabwean government this time says it is prepared to fly out Zimbabwean nationals in Ukraine. The announcement came after Russia launched a full-scale invasion on the country. Russian President Vladimir Putin ignored international condemnation, threat of sanctions, and launched a military assault on Ukraine. Russian troops have crossed Ukrainian borders and bombed military targets near big cities like Kyiv and Kharkiv and, of course, Odesa.
Putin further warned that any country that may attempt to interfere in the invasion will suffer consequences never seen in their history. The Zimbabwean government has also advised any Zimbabweans in Ukraine needing government intervention to make contact with the embassy in Berlin. Now, with that information out there, you can reach out to any of those phone numbers or the email addresses for more information in case you are in need of the information given. Joining us from Harare is our correspondent, Lallah Ngwenya. Good morning, Lallah. Now, can you tell us the state of preparedness from the government of Zimbabwe in ensuring that it evacuates its nationals in Ukraine?
Good morning. Such an unfortunate thing that's happening in Ukraine right now. And obviously, Zimbabwe having nationals over there who are, some are students, some are people that are working in different sectors in Ukraine, in engineering, in medicine. The government is worried of its national safety. And the government has even said that it will go as far as purchasing air tickets for its citizens, for its nationals that are out there in Ukraine and need to evacuate as soon as possible.
All right, Lallah, during the second emergency UN Security Council session in 3 days, members of the council plead with Russia. They actually pleaded with Russia to step back from war with Ukraine. Secretary General Antonio Guterres did not relent in calling for peace. But let's take a look at this video first before we bring this question to you, Lallah.
Okay.
Must stop now. What is clear for me is that this war doesn't make any sense. It violates the principles of the Charter, and it causes, or will cause, if it doesn't stop, a level of suffering Europe has not known since at least the volcanic crisis.
All right, you just saw Guterres there, who was speaking, and in that speech he had mentioned earlier on that peace is the only way to go. But Lallah, having seen that, how are Zimbabweans, by the way, taking the whole Russia and Ukraine story, the situation right now, especially the president as well? Okay, I think we seem to have some connectivity issue with Lallah's network, but hopefully she joins us back. The question is, we just saw Guterres speak deeply, and he spoke earlier on this, saying that peace is the only way to go. But unfortunately, we're seeing something quite different. The Africans are indeed starting to be very concerned, especially with their citizens who live in either of these countries, either of the side or either of the divide, be it Ukraine, be it Russia, and things need to be done. The best thing is everyone is thinking of evacuating her citizens.
And we've heard also from the Nigerian government, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, who had an interview, and he came out to say that they're going to evacuate Nigerians who are living in Ukraine. Now, we saw it in the papers this morning. 12,000 Nigerians are in Ukraine right now. A good number of them are under the government scholarship. We even have 6 Nigerian footballers who are also affected. We have 3 in the top flight and 3 more in the second division.
It's a big story. It's a story that calls for questions. The story that indeed gets everyone tense and worried, and so much more. But African leaders are indeed starting to speak up. Yes, regardless of the fact that President Putin has said no country should actually get involved. But regardless of that, everyone is indeed worried because the citizens are indeed in either, like we've rightly said, either of these countries as well.
Well, this is a developing story that we will be bringing to you. Just stay tuned to News Central, this very channel, where we will be bringing you the breaking story.